Hey guys, Vance here. Imagine a world where a simple rule could turn a family car into a legend, where regulations, not engineers or marketing, were the architects of speed. Welcome to the homologation era, a time when car manufacturers were pushed to create monsters disguised as road cars, all to conquer the most brutal stages in motorsport. It wasn't about luxury, it wasn't about comfort. It was about survival, ingenuity, and a little obsession, racing against the clock and occasionally gravity itself. Homologation, a word that sounds like a spell from an old Latin tome. But in motorsport, it was practical magic. Rally regulations required manufacturers to produce a certain number of road legal cars to compete. On paper, an ordinary rule. In practice, a license to build near unthinkable machines. Group 1, standard touring cars, the polite gentlemen of rally. Group 4, modified sports cars. Now we are teasing danger. Group B, minimal restrictions, a few hundred cars, and suddenly the world had machines capable of inducing an existential dread in anyone standing near them. It was a paradox. Rules intended to ensure fairness created the most extreme vehicles ever seen on public roads. The mountain, the gravel, the dust all became engineers' laboratories. And engineers, if left unchecked, are mischievous creatures. The first cars born from this strange marriage of law and insanity were deceptively ordinary in appearance. Lancia Stratos HF, a car built from scratch purely to dominate rally stages. Every line, every weight distribution, every curve of its bodywork screamed factory tuned perfection. Fiat 131 Abarth, unassuming yet deadly, a testament to Italian cunning. Factory tuning wasn't new, but now it had an edge. If a car survives the rally, it survives life, literally. Engineers who once tinkered in garages now had state budgets, aerodynamicists, and legal loopholes at their disposal. And the cars learned to behave like wild predators restrained by seatbelts. By 1982, rally rules had unleashed a mechanical tempest, minimal restrictions, 200 production car requirement. Engineers now free to explore every limit of physics. The result, Group B, Audi Quattro S1, turbocharged, all-wheel drive, terrifyingly fast. Every slide, every jump, every split-second maneuver felt like a negotiation with fate. Peugeot 205 T16, mid-engine, agile, precise, and perfectly willing to embarrass any spectator who underestimated it. Ford RS 200, a lightweight missile with a turbocharged heart. Group B was dangerous, accelerating, and inevitably fatal in its excess. Spectators cheered, drivers cowered, manufacturers smiled. Because every accident taught engineers one simple truth: speed must be always accompanied by control, or ingenuity becomes casualty. The beauty of homologation wasn't just in raw power, it was in transferable knowledge. Lessons from gravel, snow, and dust became standard in performance cars worldwide. All-wheel drive systems that could handle treacherous roads, Audi Quattro. Turbocharged engines tuned for rally conditions, Subaru Impreza WRX STI. Lightweight chassis and sophisticated suspension, Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. Factory tuning was no longer just about speed. It became about engineering, resilience, crafting machines that could survive chaos, conquer roads, and hint at the wild DNA lurking under the hood of seemingly mundane cars. And then there was Safari Rally. Some roads defy maps, some stages test physics itself. Africa's legendary rally is one such place. Dust, mud, wildlife, and unrelenting terrain. Homologation cars were born to survive this theater of unpredictability. Engineers learned that road legal was a relative term. Drivers learned humility. Fans learned to hold their breath. Every car that conquered Safari had a little bit of factory tuned madness. The DNA of engineers daring to obey rules and break limits simultaneously. Group B ended abruptly in 1986. Safety concerns, tragic accidents, and raw excess forced a reckoning. Yet the lessons lived on. All-wheel drive remains standard in performance cars. Turbocharging became practical, controllable, and road-friendly. Limited-run homologation monsters now inspire nostalgia, collectors, and aftermarket engineers. Even modern hill climbs and electric prototypes like the Volkswagen IDR carry the spirit. Extreme engineering for extreme roads. Homologation era, the bridge between racing and production, rally and road, factory tuned and extreme innovation. Every modern performance car owes a debt to the engineers forced to follow rules that encouraged insanity. And as WRC continues today, the DNA of these machines still defines what it means to race against the road, not just a clock. What might sound bureaucratic on paper became the catalyst for a golden era of performance cars. The homologation era teaches us that constraint often breeds creativity. Regulations, when applied with ingenuity, can birth monsters disguised as road cars. And perhaps most importantly, it shows the subtle truth every enthusiast knows. The road is a teacher, and only those who respect it truly excel.